All right, so Hauser walks out and gets into the car and starts piloting the truck up north to Auburn and letting everybody get their gear out of his four doors so that he can send it back down to Puyallup.
Victor comes and delivers the drinks that you ordered. Hey, Case, long time no see. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good. How is Biz here?
You know, it's going pretty well, keeping busy and keeping the drinks moving and the new yen flowing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You hear anything interesting going on? Any leads on some hot data anywhere?
Oh, I don't know about that, but a lot of the talk on the street right now has to do with that crazy head case disease that's going around.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I got business is starting to pick up here, and I got some drinks to make. You take it easy, okay? Don't be a stranger.
Hey, be safe.
All right. Well, the van eventually makes it. You guys get your gear out of the car. You headed straight to the barrens?
Yeah. I was assuming it's pretty time sensitive.
Yep, it was.
So I think we can do any planning. We haven't got a whole lot of information to go off of except a troll.
Does anybody else need anything while we're there? Now's the time to speak up.
Case is going to drop into VR, and he's going to search for the guy's comlink.
The part of the barrens that you were told that he's in is pretty sketchy, and you wouldn't be able to get out there remotely. Like there's not good enough matrix connection out that far.
All right, then he's then Case will start doing a data search for any information he can find on the name that he was given.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead and roll yourself a data search. What, computer plus intuition? And let me know how many successes you get once you roll it.
3 successes.
You're able to find some information. This guy's name's popped up just here and there. He's pretty well known for being pretty severe in his dealings. He doesn't like, let's just say, he typically pays and he typically follows through on his jobs, but he's known as being the kind of guy who does not like taking double crosses or anybody kind of slighting him in any kind of way. He's very concerned about his reputation, and he doesn't. His reputation on the street is to be very severe in dealing with those types of situations, like double crossing or someone trying to gyp him of money or rip him off in some kind of a way.
Hey, Case, can you get a picture of this guy?
Did I come across a picture in the search?
No.
As we're driving
no.
out to Redmond, Hauser is going to do his own matrix search to figure out if there are any sort of gangs that are in the area that they were told to go to. Because I remember we were in there for the first job. We went pretty close to Crusher territory. 2 successes.
All right, the area that you're heading to, the way that you guys are going isn't going to take you through Crimson Crush territory. You're kind of going to go past the Rusted Stilettos territory, but they're a go gang that kind of hangs out on the highway, and this will be taking you. You'll definitely be taking off the highway. Now, having said that, Crimson Crush does sometimes do caravanning out into this part of the Barrens, so it's possible that you'll encounter them, but how likely that is, you're not really sure.
This is too deep for night hunters, right?
Oh yeah, certainly.
So to the team, Davros is just going to ask, so all we know is we're looking for a troll? I mean, not to be a downer, but don't we kind of need something else? Are we just going to be kind of looking in vain for, a troll?
Have you ever seen a troll try to hide?
How many trolls do you think there are out here in Redmond, honestly?
I thought, I don't know. I mean, I thought that's all Redmond was trolls and orcs and dwarves and...
Kid, don't worry about it. I'll take care of the troll.
All right.
Seriously, I mean, how many bridges can there honestly be here?
You might want to change the logo on the outside of this vehicle if you're going to keep up that tone of voice of your house.
Yeah, it's good to switch the camo every now and then. Taking care of it right now. I'm gonna activate the chameleon coding again and have it just as a pretty kind of weathered-looking stuffer shack delivery truck.
Bob, where are we still in the bar right now, or are we in the van now?
I believe we're
Probably in
driving.
the van, right?
Okay. I guess I turn to Case and I say, "Hey, is there any way you can get your wife to send pictures of her team members that are missing?" I was going to summon a spirit to go search for them. I thought that might help.
Yeah, let me send her a message. So Case shoots her off a message real quick to send pictures of the team and any information that she hadn't already given us on the names or meta human type.
She, within under a minute, sends you back some pictures, and they're accompanied by some heart and kisses emoticons. And thank you, thank you, thank you.
I send her back a message. Yeah, we're gonna have a talk tonight. And by talk, I mean you owe me one. No clause.
All right, so so I guess Case shows me the pictures.
He pulls out a grid projector out of his little pack and throws them up so that everyone can see him outside of AR. For those of you who are AR deficient.
All right, well, Davros just kind of take a good look, and then he's going to sit back and he's going to try and summon a spirit to go search for the team. All right, I'm just going to do a four spirit of air, 6 successes.
All right, you got 4 net hits, so that's 4 services. What's the optional power?
Fear. I want fear. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to impress upon him the images of the 2 team members that are missing, and tell him generally they're somewhere in the Redmond barrens, and tell them to go search for them.
Your threshold is going to be decently high. Hold on a second. I gotta do some calculations in my head. Let's call it a threshold of 25.
Oh, God.
Now, it's an extended test, so you're going to roll multiple times, but each time you roll, the interval is 10 minutes. So it'll take an hour and a half, and he'll be able to tell you the location of the place that you're going. This is not something that I am... This is purely coincidental, but it's honestly how long it's going to take for you guys to get to the GPS coordinates.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and run the same search for both. I'm wanting to try to find their comm links in the matrix.
All right. Yeah, it looks like you're not able to locate the comm link signals. You're not sure if that's because it's difficult to find. It might be because it's out in the middle of the barrens where you guys are headed. Who knows?
As we're getting closer to the GPS coordinates, I want to start using my security tactics knowledge skill to start defensively driving so that we don't get ambushed on the terrible road system in the Redmond barrens.
Absolutely, because as you guys enter into the Redmond barrens, you're now going deeper than any of you as a team have ever gone into any kind of a barrens. The buildings are all dilapidated, falling apart, and as you go further and further, the buildings become more and more dilapidated and destroyed and sparse and disgusting. Every time you get further, it gets more disgusting and more dilapidated, and you wonder how it could get even worse, but it does.
All right, kids, keep your eyes up, and hey, Prof. And Yonkers is going to take out the gun, load it back up for him, and put the safety on. When you're ready to shoot that thing at something, flip this switch here on the side.
Tavros looks at the switch. Okay, whatever you say, boss.
Would Yonkers please roll his edge attribute for me? Don't you guys love having Yonkers around?
So that looks like a critical glitch to me.
Yonkers.
Oh, boy.
All right, so as you guys go into the barrens, you actually aren't that far into the barrens. You guys get to kind of the border of the Redmond barrens, and there is a checkpoint, a Knight Errant checkpoint set up. And you're kind of funneled in. You don't really realize what's going on until it's too late for you to turn around, and you're stopped, and Knight Errant approaches the vehicle.
Good.
Okay.
Oh,
Case, he has his SIN for Henry Case active, and he'll approach or ask the cop, what can we do for you? Or is there trouble?
Yeah, we're doing a standard check for vehicles coming into and out of the barrens. Kind of routine stuff here, but we're going to need to check all you guys out. Can I ask you to open up the vehicle and step out so we can just get this over with?
I apologize for any inconvenience, but we're on a security job that we have been hired for, and time is most sensitive. So if we could do this as quickly as possible, is there any reason, anything specifically you're looking for that I might be able to help you with, and perhaps speed this up?
He kind of looks at the back of the van, the side of the van, and looks back at Case and says, "Security job, huh? This looks like a Stuffer Shack van."
Yes, sir.
yes, officer. Here, let me present my SIN. Hauser presents his limited corporate SIN as an affiliate citizen of Seder Krupp. Unfortunately, this van is under extraterritorial property and jurisdiction, but we are doing security work for the Stuffer Shack Corporation as part of a mutual corporate alignment. We do have some proprietary gear in the back that I'm afraid we can't go and just open up without authorization from headquarters.
Give me a con roll.
I would like to assist in this.
Can I? Yeah, I was gonna say, can I assist?
The only way you'll be able to assist is by giving me, in role-playing terms, some assistance.
I don't have con. I do have corporate etiquette, or I can just default to my attribute.
Corporate etiquette, I think, would work with a -2.
Okay.
Yonkers is going to click on his Carson Elson SIN and making sure that all of his stuff is in the duffel and stuffed away slowly. Look at his watch, and we have less than 10 minutes till we have to be at the drop zone, guys.
Alright, so that's a total of 6 successes. So, have Haunted House re-roll. He's got, remember, a -2 and a +6, so a total of a net of +4 on his corporate etiquette roll.
Okay, I got 3 successes.
Alright, let me do a little bit of rolling here. Alright, the Knight Errant officer looks back at you, looks back at the guy, and he says, Your Stuffer Shack story sounds great and all, and I might even be inclined to believe it if Seder Krupp, had anything to do with Stuffer Shack. As Stuffer Shack is a subsidiary of Vast Technology.
Well, of course, that's why we're doing a mutual corporate alignment project. They hired us to come and to assist them.
I'm not buying your direct here.
2,000 new yen.
All right. You saved me the trouble of explaining our situation here. I think that'll cover it.
Yonkers pulls out a cred stick, slots it up, and tosses it over.
Well, you know what? The boys here checked out your van, and I think it all checks out. You seem to be good to go. Good luck with your security, and we're big fans of Stuffer Shack. We get lots of our, we head in there on our breaks and everything, and get lots of snacks and whatnot to fill our break time. So, get your stuff to where it needs to go, folks.
Will do, officer. Thank you for your understanding.
He nods and tips his hat and lets you guys through.
Well, sorry about that. I kind of fumbled my words a bit when they stopped us all of a sudden.
Don't worry, I'll just make it back off of our Tusker friend.
We got through it.
I'm sure we can find some compensation in kind from the cargo.
Alright, the rest of your trip through the Barrens is fairly uneventful. You hear plenty of gunshots as you're going through the populated, quote-unquote, part of the Barrens. Lots of sirens in the distance, some close calls with bullets whizzing by or bouncing off the hull of the vehicle. No damage or anything, though. It's definitely a tense drive as as any time you go through the Redmond Barrens is a tense drive. But eventually you get through all the buildings, all the rubble, and all of that, and you're now in sort of a dry desert part of the Redmond Barrens, deep in with grasses out on the sides, and the roads are much less kept, and some are dirt roads completely as you go on. After you're about maybe a kilometer or two outside of the GPS coordinates, Davros, the spirit of air that you summoned, comes back to you and says, "I've located your quarry."
Okay. Can you show me where they are?
Is able to show you, yes. He's able to describe to you where the location is, and it's described to you. He says, "It's along this road, and it's just up about 2 kilometers.
Okay, thank you. Stay around. I don't need you right now, but keep close.
Understood.
All right, Davos, we'll relay the information to the team.
Okay, well, I'm going to find us a safe place to park real quick and make sure we're not spotted pulling up. Stand by while we get in position.
By now the sun's going down. It's approaching dusk. It's getting much darker. Off in the distance are clouds, very heavy looking rain clouds, and you can hear thunder coming in the distance like a big storm's going to be coming through.
Nice weather.
This is going to play havoc. It's not like we're out far enough to cause problems anyway. Now we got to deal with this. It looks like I'm going to not be much use, and I might even have to fire my pistol this time.
As you get to be about a kilometer away, maybe less. Well, you get closer, about, maybe a quarter of a kilometer out, you make out 2 campers that are set out in the middle of the deserted sands in this part of the desert, in the Barrens. There's 2 rusty pickup trucks and a dark gray GMC Bulldog, the classic vehicle of choice for a team of Shadowrunners.
Here, let me out. I'm going to walk the rest.
Well, once you get to this close, anybody who's in augmented reality sees a pretty bright augmented reality object, a pretty bright arrow that is a big warning sign that says trespassers will be shot on sight.
So we see the van from where we are?
Yeah, off in the distance you can see a big GMC Bulldog van, 2 pickup trucks, and 2 kind of rusted out campers. Let me give you some setting visuals here. This is what you're kind of looking at off in the distance.
Okay, I'm going to slip into the astral world and project and go over there and see what I see.
All right, no problem. Give me an astral perception test.
And Case will look for any hidden icons or anything out of place.
3 6s.
And Yonkers is just looking for people with guns.
All right, how many successes did Davros get?
3 6s.
All right. Now, you can definitely tell that something violent happened in this area. You can get that feeling, that sense out here in this location. Also, you can, as you're looking around, you notice the faint but still visible aura of 2 dead bodies next to one of the campers, kind of hidden underneath some tarp. And there are 5 men sitting inside one of the campers. Actually, the camper that has the dead body outside, the 2 dead bodies outside of, there's 5 guys sitting inside there.
All right.
They're playing cards. The other camper has a woman in there sleeping. Also, and this is something very important, there's an earth spirit patrolling the area.
Can I sense the spirit, see what kind of, how powerful it is?
It'd be risky. You'd have to do it without being spotted.
For now, I'm just going to come out to my body and relay the information to the team and tell them I see an earth spirit, and tell them that it would probably be risky for me to see how powerful it is, but if they want me to, I can go back and check. So just want to see what the team thinks.
I don't think we should take the risk yet. What's the noise modifier?
Out here, the noise is 2. Yonkers doesn't really see a whole lot. He sees the campers up there in the trucks. Everything that I've just described, you don't really see any people out or anywhere. You see...
Is there a decent perch or someplace slightly elevated where I could set up The sniper rifle.
This area is pretty darn flat. Aside from trying to get on top of one of the vehicles or one of the campers, there's nothing out and about that you can get on.
All right, kiddies. How do we want to play this?
I got 5 successes total.
Kay says he's going around in the Matrix. Everything's pretty sparse and pretty staticky, but you definitely start to notice everything comes clear once you're able to get close enough to this area. You can see lots of icons, not lots of icons, but you see some icons pop up inside the camper, and you're able to make out some comm links and some weapons. But as you guys are getting a little bit closer, almost just in time, you're able to see there's a camera outside the campers. Each of the campers has a camera over top of the door, and you also see that there is those icons are hidden, and also there's an entire grid of hidden icons for motion sensors set up around this area.
Hauser's going to use his security design knowledge skill to try to figure out if they have a host locally or if they're doing some sort of really jerry-rigged connection back to a better grid.
You can roll your security design if you'd like.
Comlinks, is it just the 5 that in the trailer?
Yeah, there are 5 comm links in the trailer. Also 5, well, there's more than 5 weapons connected to those comm links.
I got 3 successes on security design.
The only thing you can... So House figures it might be reasonable for a camera setup and some motion sensors to be hooked into a host. However, hosts are pretty expensive, and it's not really common for a setup of individuals of this size to have their own whole host. It's more likely that they have some sort of computer terminal or some relatively high-powered comm link slaving all of these devices onto it to keep it protected.
Unless, of course, that's why they live in trailers, because they spend all their money on the host.
All right, I want to do my own matrix search to try to detect which comm link might have all of these devices slaved to it.
It's just matrix perception, and matrix perception is computer plus intuition.
I got 2 successes.
All of these sensors are kind of slaved into one comm link in the middle of the camper.
Well, Case, from what I can see in the Matrix, everything seems to be tied into a comm link that's located inside of the camper there. I could possibly try to jam that one specifically and take down the entire network, or if you want, maybe you can go in and just take it over. What do you think?
Well, I think that jamming right now would probably tip them off. So at the moment, I think I can get that comm link under our control and silence the sensors, and probably use my agent to edit video to keep us hidden on the video, just in case somebody's watching the screen.
Hey, if you're going to do that, hey, Prof.
Yes, sir.
You said there was a spirit out here?
Yeah, there's an earth spirit. Like I said, I can't really tell how powerful it is or anything.
You think you might be able to banish it?
I could try. I know my spirit of air he has astral combat, and I could do that, but I mean, I could always try to banish it also.
Well, maybe I can. If you can get it at least distracted and we can get the sensors down, I can do a walk up and me and House can knock on doors and make friends influence people. I'm pretty sure if they're running a poker game, we can see if it's our boys in there, and if not, we can crash the party.
Oh, what do you say I possibly send in a surveillance drone first and we try to identify those corpses and see if they're some of these people we're supposed to pick up?
Well, while they have the sensors up, I wouldn't do that. Once the sensors are taken over, I'm not sure if we're going to be on a clock or not.
My drones have ways of getting by sensors. I'm a professional after all.
All right, well, I'm going to get loaded up then. Let me at least get out of the car here and set down a bead on the trailer in case things go sideways.
I think we should probably be in and out before we run into any issues with any local Matrix deity.
If the grid cares about this far out and this piece of shit, there's more serious problems.
They are everywhere.
So that's why they are gold.
So let me, I'm going to stay in the van here. I don't doubt my pistol's going to help you a whole lot. And jump into VR and see if I can't get this comlink. So Case switches from AR to VR and jumps into the grid and starts looking for the comlink icon that Hauser pointed out.
All right.
Is it visible enough, or do I need to do a perception?
You should be able to find it because House was able to kind of like point it out to you. So you don't need to locate it. You can see it. It's running silent. It's hidden.
Okay, so in VR, again, Case is dressed in his usual 1930s gangster outfit. He pulls 3 coins from his pocket, kind of gives each one a kiss for good luck, and as a stack, flips all 3 of them at the comlink at once. I'm going to edge this, by the way.
Nice.
And 1 exploded. I forgot to do exploding.
All right, 2 hits. Let me do this roll here. All right, nice. You got all 3 of your coins fly through the matrix and clink, clink, clink. All 3 of them stick to the comlink in question. You got 1 net hit, which means you don't get yourself a bonus little question, but answered. But you do have 3 marks on the device.
So what is the what? I don't know if I can find this out, but what I want to know is, are all the motion sensors set to notify this device?
The motion sensors are all hooked into this thing, and they're set up to alert this device and the owner of this device if any of them trips.
Okay, so I'm going to use garbage in, garbage out. Yeah, basically what's going to happen is it's going to change the signal direction. So instead of the motion sensor sending the signal, the motion sensor is now waiting for a signal. And 2 successes.
All right. You have successfully rerouted the signals.
Okay, and at the same time, my agent is going to be doing edit file action on the camera feed to basically edit us out.
Which camera?
There's 2 of them?
There's 1 on the door of each camper.
Okay, then he will use my fork program to do it on both of them.
You've got answers for everything.
That's why I'm a decker. Ooh, 1 success. And I think each camera gets to defend with its own stat. Yeah, I'm going to use my last point of edge to do that. Okay, total of 3. And I am out of edge.
All right, your agent is doing its job. So you have managed to loop the feed of the motion sensors back so that it's not alerting the comlink, and your agent is successfully looping the camera feeds in front of the campers.
Okay, I send... and probably everybody but the kid is going to hear this. I sent a message from VR saying that the sensors and cameras are neutralized. I'll keep watch for any action within the trailer.
Okay, I'm going to carefully send one of my smallest drones to go and try to identify the bodies and then bring it back here before moving.
You sending out the fly spy?
Yep, I'm going to take the fly spy out from my glove box there in the truck, and first I'm going to turn its icon into silent running, and I'm going to roll the window down just enough that it can fly out, and I'm going to jack into it directly and pilot it out of the vehicle. And then I'm going to use the stealth auto soft to slowly sneak toward the bodies that were spotted outside the camper.
Yonkers is going to be setting out there by the side of the vehicle, watching the drone go in and making sure there's no movement inside the house.
Right, okay, so what you're going to want to do is go in there and you're going to need to roll a sneaking for your drone.
Okay, one moment. 3 successes.
You have flown up to the camper. Bzzz.
Okay, as soon as I get near the bodies, while I'm kind of hovering up above the camper level, so about, let's say, maybe 9-10 feet off the ground, I want to roll a perception test to see if I can recognize either of the bodies that are laying outside.
Now, they're all covered by a heavy tarp. In order to identify the bodies themselves, you'd have to get underneath the tarp and have some sort of way to look at them.
Okay, I'm going to land near the edge of the tarp, and I'm going to use my drone's stealth autosoft to try to sneak and infiltrate underneath the tarp.
Well, you can tell that one of the bodies that is under there has some cyberware on it, but other than that, you're not able to... It's pretty dark under there, being under a tarp and all. You're not able to make out. You're not able to visually ID the bodies.
Okay, I'm going to slowly extract the drone from out underneath the tarp and then fly it back to the truck.
What's the verdict?
Well, there's one body that has some cyberware, but they're underneath the top, so I can't get any better look with a drone. We're going to have to go in and identify directly.
Alright, well, I'm going to head up then. Hey, kid. I'm going to try and be as sneaky as I can, but you make sure that if that spirit starts keying in on me, you get rid of it.
I'm pretty sure Spirit will be able to see you as soon as you get close. So I don't think that's an if. I think it will definitely see you.
Well, then you.
So I think before we go get closer, something needs to be done about the Spirit. So banishing, I can do that, but it is pretty tiring from what I know. So. But if you want me to try it, then I will give it a shot.
Do it as I make my way forward. House, get ready to launch your combat drones if Drek hits the fan.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and jump in directly, so he'll be coming in hot if you get the call.
If you want to try to ambush them, I think I've got a way to get them all running out the door at once. I can set off every motion sensor at once.
Yeah, let's make sure it's our boys in there first.
You're about to lose your spirit probably within the next 20 minutes anyway, because the sun's about to go down.
Aww.
You probably have it for another 15 or 20 minutes.
I'll tell the team we need to make it quick then.
Well, maybe we should wait and see if the other spirit pops away.
Well, then I'm going to tell the spirit, if it sees me pass out, then to go attack the other spirit if it's still there. But wait for me, and only go attack if I become unconscious.
How about why don't we just wait till full dark and see if the other spirit disappears as well?
We could, but my spirit will most definitely disappear. So it's whether you want to, test that out.
I'm not a whiz on this whole magic wuxia business, but if we can get rid of that spirit or have it disappear without us having to expend any resources, that's aces in my book.
Okay, we can do that.
So are you waiting until sundown completely goes?
Maybe I should go ahead and sense a spirit if we're going to attack anyway. That way, if it is bound, then we can attack with my spirit rather than wait till it's gone.
I'm not totally behind the idea.
And if it notices me, then it doesn't matter, because then I'll just try to banish it and we would attack anyway. But, it's up to y'all. I'm new at this, so.
I think that waiting to see if it disappears and then trying to banish it if it doesn't. I want to play this on our terms, and if we tip our hand before we're up close, that seems to be how their whole system is rigged up.
All right, your call. We'll wait to see if it disappears.
The sun goes down, and
All right.
drum
Bye bye.
roll, Davros' spirit goes away, and the Earth spirit remains.
Of course it does.
Was worth the gamble.
So you now have confirmation that it is a bound spirit.